So there is a movie that is pretty impactful. We all know Samuel L. Jackson is a cool person. We all know that he can act as seen in Pulp Fiction, but I'm like, okay, what else has he done? That's not a comedy, but an actual serious drama. Lo and behold, I actually found one. A Time to Kill, not View to a Kill from the James Bond. No, this is a serious, solemn crime drama thriller set in Mississippi in 1994. It stars Samuel L. Jackson and Matthew McConaughey mainly. This is this little girl who's just carrying some groceries home, and suddenly some real a-holes come and are like, "Hey, we're going to go," and they rape her, pretty much. And it's just like, you didn't deserve this. And the father, who's incensed and enraged, bursts into the courtroom 20 minutes in, kills both of them, and wounds an officer. He is, of course, subsequently placed in holding in a holding cell, waiting for his court date. And Matthew McConaughey asked for $1,000 to defend him. I did not know what to expect with it when they already killed two of the schmucks like 20 minutes in. I'm like, for 20 minutes in, what's going on here? Well, it turns out this is a very serious court drama. It's based off the book of the same name, A Time to Kill, by the same author who did The Office and The Firm. So, I don't know what to say. This is a very serious, solemn movie. We see Samuel L. Jackson. He's got a beard. He's in jail some of the time, but he comes in. He doesn't speak much. This is more like it's more of a Matthew McConaughey movie, where he is a lawyer who still gets referred to as kind of like a boy, or you're not exactly there yet. And we can kind of see his, faults is, but he is doing everything that he can to try and save Carl Lee Haley, Jackson's character, from being sent to jail for life. And there's a lot of great dialogue and just wondering, like, what is going on here? Because some people have considered it an updated version of Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. And I would have to agree. Yes, there's still a lot in this universe. There was a lot of racism going on in Mississippi in 1994, and people thought that the Ku Klux Klan was dead, but it turns out that's just for appearances. We're just hidden. We just do things kind of behind the scenes. So they reform, and there's a lot of chaos going on. Joel Schumacher handles. He captures everything well. He captures everything going on. Like all the demonstrations. These idiots want McConaughey's the attorney dead. They even burned down his house, and they almost killed his dog. You don't kill the dog. You want someone to be a real bastard? You kill the dog. Thankfully, the dog Comet is fine. But I'll tell you, man, this movie it's just so intense. Of just the violence, not violence that has substance to it. That's the difference. It's not just violence for violence sake. There's substance to it, because racism is still going on here in America, and it's bloody pathetic that we keep on moving. Just when we think that we're making progress, we're starting to be like, hey, I'm not going to judge you based on your skin color. Tell me more about your shirt. Nope, we go right back to the 1960s, and unfortunately, we don't learn from history, and I'm learning from history here. It's like, seriously, we're supposed to be raising the next generation to not be racist and to try and fix and help mend fences and create a more, not exactly a utopia, but where we can all just get the hell along, But no, every so often this has to happen, and Twitter's not exactly helping with what's said about that, or excuse me, X, and not the X Japan or X the punk rock band, who both have Twitters on X, who both have accounts on X. No, it's just, Samuel L. Jackson brings up a lot of points. It's like, you're out there, I'm here in jail. It's like you don't know anything about like what it means being constantly oppressed and everything like that. But this is where at the times where it's like, yeah, but I want to learn more about you so we can help reach more harmony. That is the message of the movie. There's I mean, it's like where we see where we see Carl Lee Haley speaking about that. It's like, if you get out of here, I don't want your kids interacting with my kids. And I'm like, oh, dang. But ultimately, at the end, yes, they start interacting. I'm like, yes, it's up to us to raise the next generation to learn. Yes, there's a lot of crap in this world. Learn from history so that it doesn't repeat itself, you know? It's like, okay, it's like, yeah, I want to learn more about Kool and the Gang, Kool and the Gang, Dougie Fresh, Tupac, the Wu-Tang and the Wu-Tang Clan, etc., etc. And honestly, you need to find a middle ground. Films are where you go. There's a very impactful scene. Just to give you an idea of McConaughey's acting abilities. He is pleading with the jury to be like, okay, so imagine a little girl. She comes home. She's walking. She gets SA'd. He was going to get hanged, but the branch fell. So they just said, dump her body off a 30-foot crevasse, and she dies. And I'm just like, yes, I know. And it's like, yeah, it's not misery ad cordeum, but it is the truth. And now he says, now imagine if she was white. How would that be reversed? How exactly would that happen? So it's like, yeah, this movie was very ahead of its time. I know I keep saying that in these reviews, but that is the truth. So, yeah. The expectations were great. The build-up was great. Some of it takes place in the courtroom. I do like courtroom dramas, as, when I reviewed A Few Good Men. This is another great one. Some people have said, yeah, it ends with it because it's like, oh, it's a black man that's being prosecuted, and it's a magical happy ending. I'm like, yeah, but there's also a lot of crap going on. It's like, you still have the cake, you still have the Klan that's still going around and still doing this stuff. Granted that they are minimal. Ultimately, they do get what they do deserve in the ending, so it is the happiest ending that it can be. It's a heavy movie. You need to watch this. This is mandatory viewing. A Time to Kill. Rated R. 1998. Give it a watch.